my grandpa when I was 5 years old. He'd pull me up on his knee, and I remember every story that he ever told. Him and my grandma, they would always be two southern lovers, just a-kissing on each other so tenderly. He just said, I just wanna be your family man. Work real hard, girl, yeah, I'll give you everything I can. I just wanna be your family man. Tell the children that I'll always lend a helping hand. Just wanna be your family man. Just wanna be your family man. Mom and Dad worked real hard just to raise us kids. They were always there for me, and it didn't matter what it was I did. They've seen the hard times, the sickness and the hell. Well, it didn't really take too long before they found that money it don't mean well. You just said, all I ever wanted to be was a family man. Work real hard, girl, yeah, give you everything I can. I just wanna be your family man. Tell the children that I'll always lend a helping hand. Just wanna be your family man. Just wanna be your family man. Last night I had a dream from heaven up above. Taught me how to win your heart and win your love. Said if I was gonna love you, then listen to what he said and do it his way. Oh, you just gotta be her family man. Work real hard, boy. Yeah, but live your life according to my plans. You just gotta be her family man. Tell the children, said tell them exactly who I am. Just gotta be her family man. Just gotta be her family man. Just gotta be her family man. Just gotta be her family man.
If you've had an accident or just a fender bender, the last thing you need to do is tangle with the big city. When Classic Auto Group Collision Center can take care of all your repairs, island style, our certified technicians can repair any make or model, and we back up every repair with a lifetime warranty. Classic Auto Group Collision Center, now open at 6601 Harborside Drive, ClassicGalveston.com.
Classic Galveston, enjoy the difference, island style.
Well, it's time for some Texas music talk with me, Josh Fuller, coming to you straight from the great state of Texas. Each week, our guests share their insights on the greatest music scene in the world, the Texas music scene. So get in, sit down, shut up, and hold on. It's time for the show. I am Josh Fuller. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my very first Valentine's Day special. And I'm all alone. Nobody is in the studio with me tonight. The studio is quiet, it's empty, it's dark. The blue couch from Do-Si-Do Green Room lies in wait. But here I am. It's a Tuesday night, our second show here at the new time, the new hour. I still have a nice cold glass of whiskey sitting right here. A little Maker's Mark tonight is my weapon of choice. I don't know what you guys are drinking, but I would love to know, and this is a good time to bring up the fact that I have worked hard all week until my fingertips bled trying to get my websites and my Facebooks and my everything just updated and going so that we can all have a conversation together and talk. And you guys can feel like you're right here in the studio with me. So if you haven't done it yet, or if you haven't seen me post about it yet, you can you can go find my new page on Facebook, and it's simple. I think it's just called Josh Fuller Show. Josh Fuller Show. So 2 4-letter words and 1 longer one. So that sums up me in a nutshell right there. 2 4-letter words. As a matter of fact, I was trying to make a username on Facebook, and I typed in Fuller, and Facebook came up with a prompt that word was not allowed because it violates Facebook restrictions. So I don't know what I did to them or what other Fullers that have come before me have done to Facebook, but apparently Fuller is a bad word. And I'm okay with that because I can live up to that. That's an easy standard to live up to. If it said Fuller is the definition of greatness, that's a lot harder to live up to. But when they tell me I'm just a bad word, that's easy. I can do that. We can all do that, right? So yeah, go find the Facebook thread. If I did it right, it has been there for now 4 minutes. 4 minutes and going. So y'all can go and log in and talk to me because I'm all alone on my Valentine's Day special. This is not a good thing for anybody. You guys don't want to hear me talk to myself for 2 hours, do you? I want to try to be fun anyway. Luckily, this isn't like the first 2 shows I did. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how I could talk to myself for 2 hours. But, man, I'm feeling good. Maybe it's the maker's mark. I don't know, but I'm feeling good. I've got some things we can talk about, some good news and some bad news and some news that's in between. But the whole point is that I want you guys to relax and forget about your day. Pour yourself a nice drink. Draw yourself a bubble bath. Go out to the garage and smoke a cigar or whatever you want to do, but just relax. Just relax. Tomorrow's hump day. That's halfway through the week, and we can make it the rest of the way, I'm sure. So just relax, everybody. Well, let's have a good time. I'll play you some good Texas music. We'll talk about what's going on in the scene, and I'm sure I'll go down a million rabbit holes. I'm sure of it because that's what I always do. But anyway, so what are y'all doing for Valentine's Day? We don't have any big plans. My wife's not into she's not into the Hallmark holidays, as she calls them. So we never do too much. I know in the past we've done a couple times we've surprised each other with dinner, and we made the kids dress up and be our waiters for the night. I don't know if that's legal or not. We tipped them if that helps. So they didn't work entirely for free, but yeah, there's been several steak dinners and wine and the lights turned down, and we made the boys bring us our food. And now my oldest is old enough he can make a pretty good drink, but I don't know. The youngest would probably just spill it everywhere. So we haven't asked him to pour drinks yet. But tomorrow I will be doing a very special show at the Pacific Yard House in Conroe, Texas. So if you guys are in the north side of town of Houston, feel free to bring your date or come by yourself. Meet somebody there. It might be somebody there. There might be a bad date that happens right in front of you, and you're there to pick up the slack. And you got to be there. They need fall guys. So everybody come to the show. It'll be at Pacific Yard House. It'll start at 7. It'll go till 10. And my special guest will be who my special guest was on the show last week, and that's Miss Heather Raylene. So you'll get the best of both worlds. You'll get a man singing love songs, a girl singing love songs, a man singing cheating songs, a girl singing cheating songs, and probably some funny songs in between. And we'll just have a lot of fun. In fact, the boys in the band, when they heard Heather was playing, they decided they wanted to come too. So we'll have a good old down home, old fashioned jam session is what we're going to have. And so we'll have a whole bunch of people on stage, and Heather and I will be taking turns singing our favorite songs and singing some favorite songs of other people and singing our own original tunes as well. And it'll be a good time. So if you haven't made your plans yet and you're looking for something to do, bring your significant other or bring yourself. Come out to Pacific Yard House tomorrow night. That's Valentine's Day. If you're listening to the podcast now, hopefully the podcast will post tomorrow, so you can come tonight. But if you're listening to it on a different day, you missed it and you probably forgot Valentine's Day. So you're going to have to make up for it. So I don't have a rose sponsor or a flower sponsor or a chocolate sponsor. But I'm sure you know where to go. If you're the kind of guy that forgets Valentine's Day, then you're probably the kind of person that has forgotten a lot of other things, and you know exactly where the flower shop is. So I ain't judging. I'm just saying. I'm not judging at all. But I want y'all to go to the Facebook thing and tell me what your favorite songs are. I asked my regular Facebook friends what their favorite love songs. I'm sorry, I should be specific. Your favorite love songs. The theme for the night is love. In fact, I forgot I should turn the lights down here in the studio so I can get into the mood here. But again, I'm all alone, so I don't know what that would say about me. But if I had a guest in here and I did it, it'd be even creepier. So I don't know. Maybe we'll just leave the lights up. Maybe that's a good rule. In today's age, I think you need the lights up in every scenario because too many people getting busted doing, or at least being accused of being stupid when the lights get down. So yeah, maybe we should just keep those lights on for a while. Keep the honest, as they say. But if you'll go to that Facebook page and tell me what your favorite love songs are, or maybe we can play them on the show today. And since it's Valentine's Day and love is the theme, we'll probably play a little bit more music than y'all are used to hearing. And because I don't have someone in here to take away this microphone from my face, I might have to play music instead of talk so daggone much. But I enjoy it. I know there's people out there listening, and I know that I've gotten some good feedback. I've had one person that doesn't get it, and that's their fault, and that's not mine. So that's all right. But the rest of the people are enjoying themselves. They like tuning in. They like having a good time in the middle of the week, and I'm glad to do it for you. And I hope that we just keep getting better and better and better as we go along, man. But I was listening to The Peel a little bit, and if you're tuning in just now and you have no idea what I mean by The Peel, this is KTXF The Real, and I always get it mixed up, sports talk media station. I'm going to get it wrong. Christopher's he's going to ping me here in a second, but there's sports talk shows on this station throughout the day, throughout the week. And they range from talking about Houston Dynamo to talking Astros and rugby and all good stuff. And they have a bunch more things coming real shortly. So eventually this is going to be a station that you want to have as a favorite on your TuneIn app because there's going to be a lot of good content that you can tune in at any time. You're going to hear something you like. And I was listening to the boys on The Peel right before my show. And, man, they got their stuff together over there. It's a good sounding show right there. So if you're into soccer and Houston Dynamo, you might want to go ahead and find those guys on Facebook, like them, keep up with them. They do a video feed, which is coming down the line for us, I hope. So, it's a good show to listen to. And then, of course, they got the other stuff. I know that spring training starting, pitchers and catchers are fixing a report, and, baseball season is going to start hitting us with fervor, and we're all going into it with a lot of momentum because of how well the Astros did last year. And I am excited to see how they come out the gate this year and how much they've grown or they will grow throughout the year and go for that second ring, baby. But, it's going to be a good year for them. I know it is. I have faith. I'm a long-time Astros fan. Before kids, my wife and I would go to at least one game a week, at least, but probably more. We spent most of our paychecks just going to the Astros games. And then we moved up further north and then the kids came and we don't get to go as often as we'd like. But now that we can get them on our TV again, we're back to being the avid fans. For a few years there, they had their TV, whatever their rights were for broadcasting the games, did not fall into my comfort zone. So I was unable to watch them and kind of pissed me off, but I wasn't mad at them, obviously, but I definitely was mad that I couldn't keep up with them like I used to, because that's the cool thing about your hometown teams is you feel like you know them on a personal level, man. Back when Biggio and Bagwell and Lance Berkman and all those guys, I mean, you knew what charities they were involved in. You almost felt like you knew what they did every Saturday night. Well, for half the year they were playing ball games for Saturday night, but you get the idea. You have a personal connection with them, and when you can't do that, it's really hard to just stay an avid fan. But I know that the purists out there will be like, oh, dude, you could have found the game if you wanted to find a game. There's internet and all kinds of stuff. I did. I found ways to watch it before I could, but thanks to my buddy Joel, he knows how to watch all that stuff. But anyway, so starting to ramble. That's a bad sign, guys. It's too early for me to ramble. Way too early for me to ramble. But go to also I want y'all to like the real KTXF on Facebook, and then like my new page, the Josh Fuller Show, so that you guys can interact and we can bounce ideas off each other as the show goes along, and do some cool stuff. But I'm trying out some new technology tonight to see if we can make the show even more fluid. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's going to happen magically, and you may or may not notice. If you don't notice, then there's no point in telling you. It's kind of like telling somebody I put a special ingredient in that cake, but I'm not going to tell you what it is, because if all of a sudden they tell you it's paprika, you're going to taste paprika really bad. But I bet they could slide some paprika by you in a cake and you'd never even notice. Never even noticed. So, yeah. Anyway. I also mentioned that I redid my website. So I want you guys to go to joshfullerband.com. That's right. I also have a band. Go to joshfullerband.com. Click on, I think I put it as a radio show. Click on that if you want to know more about the radio show part of it. But if you want to know more about me as an artist, where I'm playing next, what kind of content media I have out there, music videos, songs, albums, all that good stuff, then go to the website and it's all right there and you can find it, and it's real easy. Hopefully it's easy in my mind, but then again, I have an artistic brain, so it may not translate well. My wife and I were talking about the differences in our brains last night. I mean, like all married couples do, I think. And we were just talking about how she has more of the analytical mind and organization is key and all this other stuff. And then we were talking about my mind, and I'm sitting here thinking that I had a lot of concussions in high school playing football. And, I was kind of a kid that took risks and hit my head a lot. And I thought that was what my brain was. I thought it was just this soup that's left over after all that. And she said I just have an artistic brain, and so I at least now have an excuse, if nothing else. And I don't have to get onto the concussion train. See, I don't want to be part of the sympathy concussion train. I want to have a different excuse. So my excuse is I'm artistic, and we have a theory that I should have been left-handed. I don't know if that's possible or not. I don't know. But because I have an artistic brain, I had to try it out. So I pulled out a piece of paper and a pencil, and I wrote down my ABCs in caps and in lowercase, and then I drew pictures. I did everything for a whole day. I did it all left-handed, and it wasn't too shabby. So maybe she's on to something. Maybe I should have been left-handed. I don't know. I'm crazy enough to be left-handed. I know that. Oh man. So anyway, all right. So what I was gonna get to early is that we had bad news in the music scene this week, and I'm sure most of you heard it by now, and I don't know how much I can add to it. But I do want to take a moment out of respect for the man and his music and his life, and just say that we lost Daryl Singletary this week, very unexpectedly and very young. And so here's what I found on Daryl, just so you can all get caught back up. I know a lot of y'all know who Daryl Singletary is already, but for those of you who did not, here you go. Daryl Bruce Singletary, March 10th, 1971 to February 12th, 2018, was an American country music singer. Between 1995 and 1998, he recorded for Giant Records, for which he released 3 studio albums: Daryl Singletary, All Because of You, and Ain't It the Truth. In the same time span, Singletary entered the top 40 of the Hot Country Song charts 5 times, reaching number 2 with I Let Her Lie, and Amen Kinda Love, and number 4 with Too Much Fun. Man, all those songs are great. A rep for the singer told Fox News in a statement that the cause of death is pending. The country singer had played concerts as recently as the past weekend on Friday and Saturday nights. Singletary was best known for his hit songs Too Much Fun, I Let Her Lie, and Amen Kinda Love. He began his career as a Southern gospel singer and considered Ricky Skaggs, George Jones, and Keith Whitley his musical influences. Those are some good influences. He is survived by his wife Holly and their 4 children. So So yeah, man, here's to you, Daryl. Thanks for the music, man. Gone too soon. It's just another reminder for us music lovers to get out there and see your favorites while you can, because tomorrow is definitely not promised. So if you have your favorite bands, or if you like going out and discovering new bands, do it this weekend. Go out, find a band, support them now. You know, it's good, but it's also sad that these people go out and they live their whole life trying to entertain us, and we end up kind of forgetting about them until something like this happens, and then their music gets a whole new life. But unfortunately, they've lost theirs. And so let's give them as much love as we can while they're still here, and go out and support music in some capacity this weekend. And we'll go and take a quick little break, and we'll be right back.
She'd come home 6 a.m. Tell me she'd been out with friends, and I let her lie. I let her lie. And in the glare of the morning sun, she swore I was her only one, and I let her lie. I let her lie. 'Cause the truth was too hard to handle, and I couldn't bear to lose that girl. We were that small town scandal, but she was my only world. One teary night she confessed her sins, but she vowed to never cheat again, and I let her lie. I let her lie. Though she tried, Lord, she could not change, and I only have myself to blame, 'cause I let her lie. I let her lie. 'Cause the truth was too hard to handle, and I couldn't bear to lose that girl. We were that small town scandal, but she was my only world. The day I left, no words were said. She was sound asleep on our double bed, and I let her lie. I let her lie. I let her lie. I let her lie. Blue lights flashing in my rear view. The sheriff said, boy, I should have known it was you. You got 14 people in the back of this truck. I warned you twice and now I'm riding you up. I said, officer, what have I done? He smiled and said, boy, you're having too much fun. Too much fun, what's that mean? It's like too much money. There's no such thing. It's like a girl too pretty, but too much class. Being too lucky, a car too fast. No matter what they say I've done, I ain't never had too much fun. There was a fight Friday night at the Stumble Inn. Me and old Harley just had to join in. is open, the night's still young, and we ain't never had too much fun. Too much fun, what's that mean? It's like too much money, there's no such thing. It's like a girl too pretty with too much class, being too lucky, a car too fast. No matter what they say I've done, well, I ain't never had too much fun. I'm a holy terror, a tornado. Wind me up, turn me loose, and let me go. Too much fun, what's that mean? It's like too much money, there's no such thing. It's like a girl too pretty with too much class, being too lucky, a car too fast. No matter what they say I've done, well, I ain't never had too much fun. No matter what they say I've done, well, I ain't never had too much fun. Give me the reins and let me run, 'cause I ain't never had too much fun. Don't guess I've ever loved another. Never once before did I really see the light, 'cause they were barely friends and merely lovers. And it's taken what you've given me to feel like I do tonight. I am moved by the Spirit, and I am here to testify. I found an amen kind of love, the kind that makes you fall down on your knees and reach for the sky above, the kind that your soul just can't never get enough. I found an amen, an amen, an amen kind of love. You've given love a brand new meaning, bound by a higher power than I've ever known before. Safe in your faithful arms I'm leaning. Once I was lost, but now I'm found forevermore. And I am moved by the Spirit. I am here to testify. I found an amen kind of love, the kind that makes you fall down on your knees and reach for the sky above, the kind that your soul just can't never get enough. I found an amen, an amen, an amen kind of love. We are moved by the Spirit. We are here to testify. We found an amen kind of love, the kind that makes you fall down on your knees and reach for the sky above, the kind that your soul just can't ever get enough. We found an amen, an amen, an amen kind of love.
If you've had an accident or just a fender bender, the last thing you need to do is tangle with the big city. When Classic Auto Group Collision Center can take care of all your repairs island style, our certified technicians can repair any make or model, and we back up every repair with a lifetime warranty. Classic Auto Group Collision Center, now open at 6601 Harborside Drive, ClassicGalveston.com.
Classic Galveston, enjoy the difference, island style.
Hey everybody, this is Josh Fuller and I am back, and this time I turned my microphone on. So if you were listening in the first segment, I do apologize. I have, I screwed up. I admit it. I'll own it. I dropped the ball and I did not push the button, and I thought that was a great opening. So hopefully I can fix it in the podcast and you guys, listening to it, later can see it or can hear it. I'm looking at an error code on my screen. That's why I'm distracted a second. Got all kinds of gremlins coming out tonight. I don't know, man. Cupid is not in the room because the alter ego of Cupid is in here, and he's causing all kinds of distractions and problems for me. And this isn't a good way to start the night. But hey, we're relaxing. I got my Maker's Mark whiskey. And we just listened to some great music by a man who his life was cut way too short, and we sure could have benefited from hearing a lot more of his music over the years. So rest in peace, Mr. Singletary. We appreciate the music, sir. On a good note, on a happier note, I should say, Shaun White has just won USA's 100th all-time Winter Olympic gold medal. That's right, Mr. Shaun White. I remember watching him as a kid and hearing Tony Hawk talk about how awesome this dude was when he was like 5. So it's really cool to see that he has come back, and now he's one of the oldest people in the Olympics instead of one of the youngest. Shaun White has reclaimed his Olympic halfpipe title and won the United States 100th all-time gold medal at the Winter Olympics. He did it in dramatic fashion, landing back-to-back 1440s as part of a final run that knocked Japan's Ayuma Hirano out of the top spot. I don't know if it's Hirano or not. I think I added a little Spanish to that on there. But so Shaun White scored a 97.75, and he had the gold medal. And then the Japanese dude got 95.25. And then Australian guy Scotty James got a 92. So there you go. Shaun White wins the 100th all-time gold Winter Olympic medal for the United States. America. Go America. Yeah. All right. All right. So, now that my microphone's on, I'm feeling pretty good. And I wish I'd have known it was off earlier, man. I apologize to everybody who running for a safe space because their feelings were hurt by the microphone not being loud enough. Oh boy. Yeah. That's what happens when you just leave me in a room all by myself. I go crazy. But, so I already talked about what's coming up for me tomorrow, but I'm going to have to repeat it since I know that some of y'all might not have heard it. So tomorrow for Valentine's Day, I will be playing a special show with Heather Raylene, and Heather Raylene was my guest last week on this show. If you missed that, go find our podcast. It's everywhere. I got it on iTunes and YouTube and SoundCloud and Spreaker. And now, this episode and episodes going forward will actually be also able to be found on iHeartMedia. So that's pretty cool too. So anywhere you want to hear the show, if you have the desire, if there's a will, there is a way, and you can come see it. So yeah, Heather was on my show last week and we had a great time catching up. And tomorrow she will be at the Pacific Yard House with me, and we're going to be doing a Valentine's Day show. Actually, we're going to be doing a show that happens to be on Valentine's Day. But we'll put a little more emphasis on maybe some of the love songs and all that good junk. But the band, when my boys in the band heard that Heather was coming to play, they wanted to be in the show too. So now we're going to have a good old-fashioned jam session. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good old hootenanny out there at Pacific Yard House, and we'll have people playing tambourines and egg shakers and maybe washboards and jugs and cajones and drums, guitars. You never know what's going to happen, man. I miss those days. Oh man, I miss those days where everybody just gets up and just kind of grabs an instrument and just jams out, you know? And, I'm looking for any excuse I can to bring that back to where we just all kind of take turns playing everybody's instruments and having fun and singing each other's songs and and all that good stuff. So tomorrow might turn out to be something similar to that. It may not be. I don't know. But you can bring your date. It's nice and intimate. You can bring yourself, because some of those dates don't work out, and they need a fall guy. They need a plan B right there. If, you could be that guy, be like, ma'am, is he making you cry? I'd never make you cry, baby. And then boom, you got it. Now you have a date for Valentine's Day and the other dude don't. See, it's that easy. It's so easy. But you got to be there. You must be present to win. So come out to Pacific Yard House, and who knows what'll happen. It could be anything. But they do have a full menu of delicious food. It's not just bar food. And then they have, of course, the full bar. They got craft beer. They have their own beer, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe I'm mixing up two different places. But they do have craft beer. And they make a great old-fashioned, which I didn't even know I liked old-fashions until they said, hey, have you ever had an old-fashioned? And I said, no. So they said, oh, you haven't had an old-fashioned, so you had one made by Juan. So Juan made me one, and now I like them. I love them. Old-fashions. Good drinks right there. And he makes it with rye instead of whiskey or bourbon. So it's pretty good. Tastes delicious. Delicioso. So that's the show that I have coming up tomorrow. And then on Thursday night, I do the open mic thing in Tomball at the Empty Glass, where I invite all my fellow artists to come and grab a guitar and sing a song, work out new material, or just, just play stuff without the pressure of having to be perfect every time. That's what open mics are for, and they're fun. And, you never know who's going to show up. That's the beautiful thing about an open mic. It could be anybody. All levels show up at those things. It's quite cool. If y'all listened to the show last week when Heather was on the air, we were talking about how when we had the open mics at Tuts, and old, Hunter Hayes showed up 14-year-old Hunter Hayes showed up out of the blue and rocked all our faces off, and we never saw it coming, man. But we all went back to the warehouses and the closets and the basements and started practicing our butts off because we had to be at least as good as him. So don't take those open mics lightly, folks. You never know who's going to show up. It could be anybody. It's a lot of fun. And then we got some other stuff coming down the line that I'll keep you abreast of. But, as far as this week goes, it's just the Pacific Yard House tomorrow night with Heather Raylene, and Thursday at the open mic with at the Empty Glass in Tomball, it's great. It's a great little bar, and nice mood. Got a nice mood to it. So if you're having to do Valentine's Day the day after, come to Tomball. Just spend your Valentine's Day with me. It's cool. I can handle it. I'll keep you entertained. I'll be the soundtrack of your life right there. But anyway, there we go. So I mentioned earlier for you guys to go to the new Facebook page. Josh Fuller Show is the name of the page. If you type in your search engine there, and Josh Fuller Show on Facebook, I have an official show thread. I'd love for you guys to go on it, chat with me, talk with me, make jokes, make fun of me. I don't care. I can laugh at myself. And also, I want you to tell me your favorite love songs. Maybe I'll play them. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. You never know. Plead your case. Tell me why. I opened the show up today with Family Man by Pat Green, which is an old song, not as popular as his other songs, but it was the song that my wife and I danced to for our first dance after our wedding. And so it's always going to have a special place in my heart. So if you have a song like that means something special to you, go over to the Facebook page, Josh Fuller Show, write it down, and tell me why that song means so much to you, and we'll try, maybe we can get it on the air and I'll tell your story a little bit. So, love for you to do that. And also check out the new website, joshfullerband.com. And on there's a tab for Josh Fuller Show if you need to find out more about the show. But if you want to just find out more about me in general and everything I do, with music, then there's plenty of stuff there for you. And there's YouTube videos, music videos, both my albums are on there, all kinds of stuff. So, would love for you to check that out and get to know more about this guy behind this microphone that's talking to you every week. But, yeah, so there you go. Saturday, we're just I don't have a segue. Sometimes I get in the weeds and sometimes I get in the mud. There's my segue. Saturday, I get to go work in the mud, up near Corsicana, Texas, in a very small area near there, not in Corsicana. It's just near it. And get to go work some cattle in the mud, in the rain. It's gonna be fun. That's sarcasm, but it's gonna be necessary. So my father-in-law has a cattle company, and my wife is very involved in it. In fact, they're in our kitchen right now, registering and doing all kinds of stuff, getting ready for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, which is something they do every year. And they put more and more head of cattle in there every year. And this year, it's an unbelievable amount. I don't even know how much it is, but I know there's like a bunch of heifers and there's a bunch of bulls. And it's a lot of work, believe it or not, to get those things ready, because the Houston Rodeo only accepts the livestock show part of it. Actually, all of it, I'm sure. But they have very high standards at the HLSR. And if you want to sell your cattle there, it's got high standards there too. So if you're a buyer, that's great. You're going to get really good cattle. But if you're a seller, it's great too, because you get a better showing and prestige, and maybe a few dollars more per pound. You never know. But the first year they had bulls in there, they won a Howdy trophy, and this year my wife is really hoping they win another one, because she has been working with my father-in-law for months getting ready. And if he wins a Howdy, she says she's just gonna take it, because she's been working really hard. So I'll let them duke that one out. I don't know. I'm just the guy that drives the truck whenever I gotta go pick up cows, and this Saturday, that's what I get to do. I get to go pick up some cows and come on back. So that's what we're going to do. But in April, we're going to take, my wife and I are going for a birthday party with some friends to Vegas. And so by then we'll know how she did with the cow sale, and we'll be able to celebrate and relax in beautiful Las Vegas, sunny Las Vegas. I know most of y'all probably been to Vegas, probably more than once too, but, tell me what you, go to that Facebook page and Josh Fuller Show and tell me what y'all's favorite things to do are. Maybe I haven't found out yet. One thing I know I haven't done is I haven't gone outside of town. I mean, we went and saw Hoover Dam and stuff, but we didn't go to like the mountains and go hiking and all that stuff. And, Lord knows I could use a good hike or two, but, I don't know if we're going to do that this time or not, but most of the time we go. So the first time we went, it was everything. We were just in awe of everything. We needed to see every single casino and every single thing. And we saw the pirate ships, and then we saw the fountains at Bellagio and all that good stuff. And we just kept trying to see everything, and we were wore out. We barely even gambled really, because we just wanted to keep walking and see everything. And then the second time, we were just like, you know what? We've kind of seen a lot. Let's just go to the cheap poker, which is down at the end, down there at the Sahara. And then maybe come back and watch the fountains at Bellagio. And we'll just watch the pirate thing from the street. And then, and so then I think the third time we went, it was just like, we'll just watch the Bellagio fountains and gamble right here and not do as much walking. I remember when we went down to, I think it was our first trip down there. I was all trying to show everybody I'm from Texas, and I had my boots on and my jeans on, and I think I had a long sleeve shirt on and no cowboy hat, because I'm a dairy farmer. I'm not a rancher usually, so dairy farmers don't normally wear cowboy hats. They wear ball caps, but I had a ball cap on, and I'm just a ball cap dude. I look funky in a cowboy hat. But we were down all the way at the end by the mall, and I can't remember what happened, but for some reason I was in my boots, and I was adamant about wearing my boots. And then they decided that we were going to walk all the way down to MGM Grand. And as you're standing on the strip, obviously MGM Grand doesn't look that far away. And we were right there at the mall. I could have just gone in and bought new shoes, but MGM Grand looked like it was right there. No big deal. I got this. And we got there halfway, man. And I swear it felt like my feet were falling off with them damn cowboy boots on, and it was hot. So my feet were baking. So yeah, I learned that, I don't need to be that country in Vegas. I'll just wear my tennis shoes and maybe put some extra supports in there. That's how you can do a lot of walking in Vegas. And you get stuck. You got to do it, because the cabs were expensive. I can't wait to see, how Uber is out there. I've heard it's pretty awesome though. Maker's Mark. They need to be my sponsor. Pass it on that I said their name on the radio like 3 times now. But yeah, man, y'all tell me what you think, what your favorite part of, Las Vegas is. And I'll maybe I'll check some of that stuff out. It'll be fun. My friend's celebrating a birthday. He didn't celebrate his 40th. And, I don't even know what year. I think he's celebrating 42 now, but we're just going to pretend it's 40.02. That's the version he's up to. He's at 40.02 and, he's waiting for his upgrade as we speak. But he's a computer programmer. He works hard and he's got a busy family, really busy, big, large, busy family. And they've been going through a lot this year. So it'll be good for him to get away and them to get away. And we're happy to be there. And we're taking a bunch of other friends and we'll get away from the kids for a while. I love the kids, but ooh, we need that adult time too. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be a good break. Get out there and say cuss words and drink alcohol and, typical Saturday night. But, but anyway, so, all right, folks. Well, I think we're going to take another break here real quick and do a little bit of a reset. And, I want to know what your favorite love songs are. And, let's play some of your songs. Let's talk about Valentine's Day. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about all that good stuff. What do you say?
Used to spend my nights out in ballroom. Liquor was the only love I'd known. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom and brought me back. Far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay strong on your love all the time. I've looked for love in all the same old places. Found the bottom of the bottle's always dry. But when you pulled out your heart, I didn't waste it. 'Cause there's nothing like your love to get me high. And you're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine.
Just look at you, girl, standing here beside me, starlight on your hair, looking like a dream I dreamed somewhere. And look at me, girl, you got me acting just like a lover in an old-time picture show. And how I got the part, I just don't know. But it's written all across your face, plain as it can be. You're the one that I was looking for. Now you're all that I can see. And you mean everything to me. And I'd do anything to have you stay forever. I'm an ordinary man, but I feel like I could do anything in the world. When I look at you, girl, just look at you, girl, walking here beside me in the misty morning light. I see my own reflection in your eyes, and you smile at me, girl, with eyes that tell a story that words could never say, telling me your love is gonna stay. And we're standing right together now in everything we do. And if my world should come apart, I'll still be loving you. Because you mean everything to me. And I'd do anything to have you stay forever. I'm an ordinary man, but I feel like I could do anything in the world. When I look at you, girl,
Once I had a little girl as pretty as I have known. Lord, you know I loved her so, and then she left me all alone. And I swore here on this bar stool I'd never make that mistake again. You ain't so fine, but you're all mine, and I'll love you till the end. So darling, don't you worry, 'cause they say that love is blind. Lust has eyes like an eagle. It's gonna drive me out of my mind. Though my eyes sometimes wonder, it doesn't mean that I'm untrue. You're not the best, but you're the best that I can do. You know, a pretty girl, she'll leave you to drown in your own tears. You know, an ugly girl, well, she'll leave you too. But then again, who really cares? And them eyes of blue, they cannot be true.
they'll have to stay here in my dreams. And I guess that's why old Hugh Hefner invented Playboy magazine. So sit down here beside me, girl, and I will tell you what we will do. We're gonna twist them lids and hope our kids look more like me than you. And when that bottle is finally empty, we're gonna tumble across the floor. And I'm gonna pray my imagination is gonna pull me through once more. So darling, don't you worry, 'cause they say that love is blind. Lust has eyes like an eagle. It's gonna drive me out of my mind. Though my eyes sometimes wander, it doesn't mean that I'm untrue. You're not the best, but you're the best that I can do. You're not the best, but you're the best that I can do.
Relax, enjoy the difference at Classic Galveston.
Hi, I'm Howie Bentley, owner of Classic Auto Group Galveston, inviting you to the classic way of doing business, which means the customer always comes first. Need service after the sale? We've got you covered with our service parts and body shop. Let us cater to your needs the classic way, island style. Visit us at classicgalveston.com.
Classic Galveston, enjoy the difference, island style.
All right, here we are. We're back again. This is Josh Fuller. You're listening to me on KTXF The Real, and we are playing love songs. That last one was a little Charlie Robinson from way back, like 1998, I think. Wow. Man, he's been around forever. Still doesn't look a day over worn out 24. But, he always still puts on a hell of a show, though. We've gotten to play a couple with him. It's pretty awesome. But, hey, this is the time of night that I want to check in with Texas Music Pickers. If you want to keep up to date with all the stuff that is going on in Texas music Pickers is a great place to start. You can go to texasmusicpickers.com. They're also on Twitter. They're on Facebook. You know how social media works, folks. Everybody that wants to be seen is out there. You can find them if you want to find them, just like me. So I figure we just check in with the Texas Music Pickers and see what's going on their website. I always go there and get some pretty good information. And it's pretty good stuff. They've got some good contributors. They've got a good plan. They like rooting for they're rooting for the people that are coming up. They're not just attaching their wagons to the horses at the top. They really have an interest in seeing people when they're at the bottom. They like to see people when they grow from 2 people in the audience to 2,000. You know, they really care, and I'm glad that they're out there doing stuff for Texas artists. I'm one of them. I mean, I talk about myself like I'm not one, but that's mainly because I'm just kind of trying to separate the two lives I have. But the truth is, you know, I've been a Texas artist for a long time, and I've been out there trying to make a name for myself for a really long time. And over the last 4 years, I've really been pushing my own music to radio and trying to get on charts and trying to be seen and all that good stuff, trying to make my brand solidified in the Texas music scene. And it takes people like Texas Music. Oh man, I'm on the Texas Music Pickers to help guys like that, to help guys like me. So, let's start off by checking out their Texas Music Spotify chart. This week was Co Wetzel again, man. That dude is on fire with his song Austin. And even though it had 1,772 fewer spins, it's still sitting at the top. So he had 65,000 last week, and he's at 645,000 and then some, since they put it on the chart or on the Spotify thing. So that's That's pretty cool. And then Parker McCullum is having a hell of a year with his single Hell of a Year. And Turnpike Troubadours, William Clark Green, Wade Bowen, Curtis Grimes, all those familiar names, man. They're all out here on the Texas Spotify chart, or Texas Music Spotify chart. So, you want to see the chart yourself, you can go over there and see if where your favorite landed this week on the chart. But, congrats to Co Wetzel and Parker and Turnpike, all those guys at the top. Congratulations. It's not easy to do, folks, as you know. I mean, if it was easy, everybody do it. There wouldn't even be a chart system. It would just be like, hey, we're all number one. Yay. But, music don't work that way. So there you go. Josh Abbott Band just signed a big contract with Bud Light. He redid the song, Deep in the Heart of Texas. And Bud Light's going to be using it for a pretty big campaign. So when you see that this year on your TV and hear it in your radio stations, you can know that you heard it here first. And the only way I heard about it was by going to TexasMusicPickers.com. So that's cool that he's doing that. And here is a ticket giveaway. Everybody like ticket giveaways? I like ticket giveaways. I know you like ticket giveaways too. So here we go. I can't believe it's so cold outside. I can't even think about doing this, but the Rio Frio Fest is coming up, and the Texas Music Pickers, if you'll go to their Twitter, you have to go to their Twitter, which is TX Music Pickers. If you go to their Twitter, they're doing a contest, easy for me to say. And you can actually win tickets to the Rio Frio Fest. And if you want to win tickets, hold on, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is because it's pretty awesome. So you want to win a free pair, that's 2, of 3-day passes to this year's Rio Frio Fest featuring Wade Bowen, who just released a brand new album, I believe, William Clark Green, Kevin Fowler, Co Wetzel, Cody Canada, Mike Ryan, Bree Bagwell, and you can Reed Southall and more. More question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark. That means they're asking, but they're asking emphatically that there will be more. Maybe. Yes, there will be more. There's always more. So head over to their Twitter page at Texas Music Pickers. TX Music Pickers. That's their Twitter page. Don't spell out the word Texas or you won't get them. TX Music Pickers on their Twitter. And it says to retweet their pinned tweet, but go to the website first and get the official rules because I don't want to lead anybody astray. The last thing I want to do is tell you all bad information. So the best way you can get it is to go to TexasMusicPickers.com, read the rules yourself, win you some tickets to the Texas Rio Frio Fest. So, and then as I said earlier, Wade Bowen has released a new album, Solid Ground. Man, my Twitter and mostly my Twitter and my Instagram were blown up with all the other artists out there cheering Wade Bowen on for his album and how good it is. And Taylor Hans is a contributor for Texas Music Pickers, and she wrote a review on it. And I'll touch on the highlights for you. She said that, I missed my click here. She said that, what's this album like? What are the songs about? Is it worth buying? And all that good stuff. The answer would be Solid Ground is a Tex-Mex musical masterpiece with songs about Texan, vaquero, nightcrawler culture, and is definitely worth buying. So Taylor really likes it, and that's a good thing. And I know she's not the only one. I've seriously, like everybody. I mean, there's a lot of artists that say, "Hey, go buy my buddy's new album," but people are being specific. They're naming songs and they're other artists. When other artists like your material, then it must be good, right? So, cause haters want to hate, but there's no hate for this album right now. This album is the hot one. And people have been waiting for it for a long time. So, go get Wade Bowen's new album, Solid Ground. And, we'll try to play some of it here before the show is over too and give you a sneak peek of it. But, congrats Wade on all that. Everybody loves new music. And on a more serious note, the Red Dirt legend, Mr. Brandon Jenkins, has to have major heart surgery. He suddenly found out that he needed a valve replacement. And most of you that keep up with Texas music, you've probably heard it or you've seen Heartbeats for Jenkins t-shirts. And if you were wondering what those were, the Hearts Beat for Jenkins, those are t-shirts that they're using to raise some money for his surgery. He also has a PayPal set up and a Venmo account set up. And all that information, Miss Katie Key was nice enough to do a write-up and put all that information right here on the TexasMusicPickers.com website. So he's a musician, guys. He doesn't have insurance, and he's out there. Normally, he's out there working and hustling and grinding, trying to make money to pay his bills and pay his rent and all that good stuff. And obviously, if he's in the hospital, he can't do that. So besides the fact that it's a major expensive surgery, he's also not able to make money right now. So anything you can do to help, I know he's going to be grateful for it. And we're all going to be grateful for it because we need him back out there. We need him making more music. We don't want to be without Brandon Jenkins' music. So let's get him back on his feet as soon as possible. So if you want to help out, go to TexasMusicPickers.com and look at Katie Key's post. So that is basically the news. There's a lot more on here. I don't want to just make my whole show reading somebody else's website. So go check out this website. It's a great place to start your morning with your cup of coffee and just get caught up to date with your favorite, what's happening now in Texas music. I would not know what all is going on. There's so many artists. There's so much talent, so many artists, so many things happening in the scene that I obviously just cannot see it all because I'm stuck in one part of the world. So, this is where I go. I go here and I look and I see what's going on and I see what the new music is and I check it out, and I'm glad they're doing the Lord's work over there. So thanks, Texas Music Pickers, and your contributors and everybody else. We sure do love what you're doing over there, and we hope that you guys keep doing it. And I'll keep plugging it on the show because it's a great spot to start with the news. So, all right. Well, I'm trying really hard to get booked out there in the hill country, and I got booked for a house party, which is really big over there, and it's something I want to do more of as I get older, a little bit more mature in my songwriting. I really want to. I like scaling it down a little bit. Not every show, but it's nice to do it every now and then. Just scale things down, get back to the song, get back to the spirit of the song, and play in front of people that are gonna pay attention and listen, and then of course clap like crazy when the song's over. And so I'm going to go do some house parties up there in the Austin area. I'm hoping to get some bookings up in the Green area, up in New Braunfels and all that good stuff, and try to do some more of these singer-songwriter shows, as well as, of course, doing the full band rocking shows. So I'm hoping 2018 is gonna pick up here. If any of you out there are venues or have a favorite venue, go to the show thread and tell me what venue you want to see us at. We'd be happy to play it and talk to the people and get out there. I just said like 5 times. I do not like to say I'm trying to get a jar out here that we have to put money in every time somebody ums. It's going to be the jar instead of a swear jar. So that'll be pretty funny. I think we're going to check out you guys know that they have on Texas Music Pickers, this is the last thing we'll do with them, is they have the new music thing where you get to vote on your favorite new single. So let's see I'm trying to find the link now. Let's see who is on the ballot this week, and see who won last week here. Just click over there. My internet would speed up here. So, Roy Solis won Cowgirl All White 2 weeks in a row. That is a jamming song. That's a good song. I like it. So now on this week's, poll is Drew Moreland with Bench Seat Revival, Left Arm Tan by El Camino. That's a great name. Might have to listen to that one. Hold on. I can't breathe. Left Arm Tan by El Camino. And then John Young with Rubble and Relics. And then Steve Helms Band, Can I Buy You a Country Song? And let's see. I talked in the wrong words here. I'm trying to be fancy and have music queuing up while I'm talking at the same time, but apparently I'm not that talented yet. But all right, so where we leave off. Steve Helms Band, Can I Buy You a Country Song? Cody Johnson at Half a Song. Cody, why are you gonna put a half a song out there? I'm just kidding. I know better. Six Sanchez, Talking With My Hands. And then Roy Solis again with Cowgirl All Right. And I think we're going to play a few of these songs, let you guys get a taste of it. But if you want to, if one of these is your favorite song and you want to see these guys get some street cred and some extra plays and some Spotify spins so that turns into some money for them, then go over there to TexasMusicPickers.com, vote for your favorite, and they will, it helps them out, man. It makes them feel good too. When you feel good and you feel confident that people like what you're doing, then you keep going. You know, it's just how life works. But let's start off with this little left arm tan. I'm curious to hear what this is about. So, we'll be back in just a little bit. And here's the Texas Music Pickers, new music poll nominees. Maybe not. Now it is.
Final cry on that old steering wheel. The 8-track broke and the paint wants to peel, but she fires right up and tracks straight through. And every week she takes me home to you. And it's a long way down from Tulsa. Stars from the bed of that truck, and I've gone past the cops and I've tested my luck. If there's beans on the door, more than a few, just the memories and the miles wearing through. And it's a long way down, Tulsa to San Antonio. I let the highway sound ease my troubled soul. I got two driving me home. Well, don't fail me now, El Camino. Well, don't fail me now, my El Camino. You don't fail me now, El Camino.
I've been watching you all night long from across the bar. Every guy that hits on you has been wrong so far. Blowing smoke, buying you drinks of this and that. I'm pretty sure I know what you need. As a matter of fact, can I buy you a country song? Not a sad one of love gone wrong. Makes you smile when you turn it on. Can I buy you a country song? Ain't gonna get us a drink just yet. I'm not a gambler, but I'm willing to bet that neither one of us should be alone if I buy you a country song. Just like me, I know you can't believe that we're in this place. The guy on stage is talking way too fast and there's too much bass. Let's go find a bar with a steel guitar and you can sing along. Can I buy you a country song? Not a sad one of love gone wrong. Makes you smile when you turn it on. Can I buy you a country song? Ain't gonna get us a drink just yet. I'm not a gambler, but I'm willing to bet that neither one of us should be alone if I buy you a country song. Can I buy you a country song? Not a sad one of love gone wrong. Makes you smile when you turn it on. Can I buy you a country song? Ain't gonna get us a drink just yet. I'm not a gambler, but I'm willing to bet that neither one of us should be alone. Can I buy you a country song?
When I was a boy, my daddy owned a truck. It was covered in dents and dirt and even had a few holes from rust. And every Sunday morning, we'd roll out before dawn, head on down some back roads where I had never gone. And that old bench seat was my church pew, and the gospel was taught from Daddy's point of view. And Willie and Waylon, they sang in the choir. Somehow he held his coffee and a lit cigarette, and still pouring out the things we passed. Tell me this or that. And everything he said seemed to end in a country song. And by the time that song was coming up, I couldn't help but sing along. And that old bench seat was my church pew, and the gospel was taught from Daddy's point of view. And Merle and George Jones both sang in the choir. Well, if I could, you know, I'd take one more ride with him. I'd do a lot less talking, a lot more listening. Now every Sunday morning, I drag her out of bed. We go down some back roads listening to his 8-track cassettes. And that old bench seat is our church pew, and the gospel and June they sing on. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by?
If you've had an accident or just a fender bender, the last thing you need to do is tangle with the big city. When Classic Auto Group Collision Center can take care of all your repairs, island style. Our certified technicians can repair any make or model, and we back up every repair with a lifetime warranty. Classic Auto Group Collision Center, now open at 6601 Harborside Drive. ClassicGalveston.com.
Classic Galveston, enjoy the difference. Island style.
Yes, man, those are some kicking songs. I really like that. The Bench Seat Revival. That's good stuff right there. I like it all, of course, but I'm proud of any of these guys to get a chance to go out there and make albums, make music, and how cool is it is that an artist can do the same thing on paper, but man, you take something that didn't exist at all, and then you think it up and you put it out there, and you're able to take what was in your head and paint a picture in somebody else's head with your words. It's just so cool, man. So cool. It's such a great art form, in my opinion. So, all right. How about some weird news? Not weird news. This is some go get 'em news and hell yeah kind of news. But a man was arrested for defacing the Stevie Ray Vaughan statue in Austin. Matthew Rutledge, 39, charged with spray painting monument before outfitting it with a Philadelphia Eagles shirt. A sacrilege in these parts. You don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you absolutely do not deface with graffiti a statue of Stevie Ray Vaughan. Man, that dude, they better extradite him to a different state. He's gonna get his butt beat up. But anyways, yeah, so witnesses saw him. They were able to put the license plate number down in the man's vehicle, and they called 911. And, yeah, they were able to go and wrap that dude up as they should have. Man, I mean, graffiti's bad anyway, but come on, man. You know, my buddy Phil Pritchett had a song called Antarctica, USA. And, he's got one line in that song that's like, in these Texas hills, this is if the story of the song is basically if he's gonna move to Antarctica, start his own country, but then he's coming back to Texas and he wants Texas to be its own country or whatever, and it said in these Texas hills 3 faces will shine true: Earl Campbell, Nolan Ryan, and Willie Nelson too. And speaking of Willie Nelson, he's, this is off of Key Music News, by the way. Katie Key is a contributor for Texas Music Pickers, but she also has her own site, keymusicnews.com, and, she's always putting out really good stuff. And, this article is off her website. It says, country legend Willie Nelson has been elected to the Texas Institute of Letters. Not sure what that is? Us either, so we did some digging. The Texas Institute of Letters was founded in 1936 to celebrate Texas literature and recognize distinctive literary achievement. Past honorees include literary icons Cormac McCarthy, Larry McMurtry, Sarah Bird, and Americo Paredes. And according to Austin 360, Nelson is the first songwriter to be honored as a songwriter. That distinction is necessary. Joe Ely was inducted last year, but for his literary efforts. The new TIL members will be inducted in early April in San Antonio. Among the other 18 honorees are filmmaker Richard Linklater, UT playwright Kirk Lynn, and Austin short story writer Jose Skinner. So cool, man. Just another thing that dude can do. Willie can do it all, man. But it's really neat that the only other people that did it were for actual writing, like books and publications and stuff like that. And Willie's like, man, watch this. And he writes a song and it's just as good. So that's cool, man. Really cool. I found this on TexasMonthly.com, If it'll open up. There we go. So speaking of Willie, apparently it's kind of a Willie week. It's a Willie good week. See if there are people in the show with me to giggle. That would be funny. But since I'm just talking to you guys and I can't hear you laugh, I'm just going to assume that was an amazing joke, and I'm going to give you a chance to recuperate yourself from that humor. All right. So, in 1972, the Austin music scene exploded with a new rootsy form of country that turned its back on Nashville and embraced the counterculture. 40 years later, Willie Nelson, Jerry Jeff Walker, Michael Martin Murphey, and a host of other cosmic cowboys and redneck rockers remember the first Dripping Springs reunion, the time Waylon Jennings almost got busted, and the birth of outlaw country. So I played that Songwriter Festival in Dripping Springs, and that is a cool town to play music in. But man, how cool would that show have been? I wonder if guys kind of had a chip on their shoulder and they're trying to show Nashville that they didn't need them, you know? So, I bet it was really, really awesome to be a part of that. And they need to do in some form. I think they need to come back with it. I think it'd be cool. Do another reunion while we still can with some of these boys, you know? But, it was cool because at that time, the whole nation was trying to find ways to make it without having to have the Nashville thing. And these guys came to Texas and did their own thing. And they mixed some cowboy, Tejano, Cajun songs. This article says Texas folk was rooted in cowboy, Tejano, and Cajun songs in Czech dance halls and in East Texas blues joints. It was dance music. And when the Texas Folkies started gigging with their rock-minded peers, they found a truer sound than the LA country rockers. There was nothing ironic about the fiddle on Fromholtz's epic Texas trilogy. It's impossible to pinpoint the exact moment when the sound and scene coalesced into something cohesive enough to merit a name, but then again, none of the labels people came up with cosmic cowboy, progressive country, redneck rock, and ultimately outlaw country. Still, the pivotal year was 1972, and the place was Austin. So yeah, there you go, man. That'd have been a fun time to be around for sure. I contest that I wish I could make music back in the 70s. But then again, in the words of Jimi Hendrix, if the universe wanted me to play music in the 70s, he would have had me playing music in the 70s. So, there's something to that. And, I got that off of that interview he did where he was against the holograms and then they did a hologram. It wasn't a hologram, right? That's the loophole. It wasn't a hologram. They had a big old sheet and they projected his image and likeness onto the sheet. But yeah, in case y'all didn't hear that whole story, it was people were giving Justin Timberlake flack for having a hologram or whatever they wanted to call it, as part of the show as a tribute. And it turns out the two of them didn't really get along. And, Jimi Hendrix was very much against holograms in shows. His stance was if the universe wanted me to play a song with so-and-so, whoever it would be, then the universe would have made it to where I existed in that time and at that point to where I could have made music with that person. So, his true fans, the true diehard Prince fans were a little miffed by that whole deal, but I get it. Maybe they didn't get along in life, but a lot of people kind of seem to let bygones be bygones once one or the other has passed on out of respect. And so I'm pretty sure that's what Justin was doing. I don't think it was a big screw you to anybody. I think he was just trying to you're in Minnesota. I mean, there you go. So, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm just making small talk, folks. This is talking music here. But, so go check out, keymusicnews.com. Katie always has stuff, and Katie, as you know, has been around for a long time in the music business. Now, I'm not saying she's old. I'm just saying in music years, she's been in the scene for a long time, but she's still 21. It's amazing. She hasn't aged a bit, but she definitely knows the music scene. She's had her hand involved in a lot of the things that have gone on in the past, back with the old Texas charts and stuff, and now she has announced that she is bringing back her world famous Cluttered Corner, which is really exciting. I got the opportunity to be on the Cluttered Corner twice, and both times were amazing, and I thought that I had made it. I thought, man, I'm on this Cluttered Corner. I'm somebody. Like, I have done it. And they always treated you really nice, and it was always a fun interview. And it's funny looking back now that how everybody was like, you look nervous. And at the time I thought I wasn't nervous, but now I realize that I probably was pretty nervous, but kind of about as nervous as I was doing this radio show the first couple times. And then how nervous I was on the second segment of this show when I realized that the first segment my microphone was off. I was confident in the first segment, but y'all couldn't hear it. But the second one, woo, my bones were rattled on that one, but we've made it through. We've made it this far. So we're doing okay there. But yeah, so the Cluttered Corner is coming back, folks. If you hadn't had a chance to see any of the Cluttered Corner, I'm sure if you just go look at YouTube, you can find some old Cluttered Corners. And Katie always had who is hot in country music and the up and comers and in the Texas music scene. And then, what was cool about it, the reason it was the Cluttered Corner was because people would always bring her gifts. And so instead of her taking those gifts home, she would just kind of decorate her corner with them. And then it had all kinds of cool stuff. And when you watch the video, you could see the big guitar pick from Wade Bowen, and you could see, Randy Rogers signs and just all this really cool stuff. And somewhere in there is like a koozie that I brought her because, I was dirt poor when I was invited to be there. But it's cool that she's bringing that back because that's as much as part of Texas music culture as anything else, really. I mean, it's a staple. It's a landmark. It's part of our history and our scene. So, Katie, I don't know if you knew that about yourself, but yes, you are an important staple to this music scene. And I've seen a lot of people commenting on your posts, and I know that you feel the love for sure. So, that's really cool, man. So, we're going to take another break here. I'm going to play some more of these love songs, but I think I'm going to play some funny love songs. And, I got a request on Facebook that I play one that I wrote. And the only reason I'm going to play it is because I happened to write it on Valentine's Day, several years back. And I think it's it's just a fun song with a public service announcement that it's totally okay for you gentlemen to wear your heart on your sleeve. And I say that I was going to play it, but apparently I'm not able to find it right off the bat here. So I have to look for it. So we're going to play some other stuff and play some funny Valentine's Day songs. And hopefully you're sitting there with your significant others and you can enjoy this, maybe dance and just have a good old time. So happy early Valentine's Day, folks. Wherever you are, these songs are for you.
She don't like her eggs all runny. She thinks crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose at money. She gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. I'm never gonna let her go.
He ain't got laid in a month of Sundays. Caught him once and he was sniffing my undies. He ain't too sharp, but he gets things done. Drinks his beer like it's oxygen. He's my baby, and I'm his honey. Never gonna let him go.
In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spat our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. She thinks all my jokes are corny, convict movies and make her horny. She likes ketchup on her scrambled eggs, swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She takes a licking and keeps on ticking. I'm never gonna let her go.
He's got more balls than a big brass monkey. He's whacked out weirdo and a love bug junkie. Sly as a fox, crazy as a loon. Payday comes and he's a howling at the moon. He's my baby, I don't mean maybe. I'm never gonna let him go.
In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spike our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. But we're gonna spike our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. In spite of ourselves.
I wake up with a heart on. I get dressed with my heart on. Well, I step out with my heart on my sleeve. And I go to work with my heart on. And I climb the ladder with my heart on. Well, I get raised with my heart on my sleeve. Heart on, heart on. There's nothing wrong having a heart on your sleeve. Heart on, heart on. There's nothing wrong having a heart on your sleeve.
She looks pretty sleek, and for $1 a peek, you can make her acquaintance and then leave. Now her papa, he don't know his little baby takes off her clothes. Now he don't ever ask how she pays the rent. Yeah, but I go to see her dance. I'll load it just about every chance. She leaves me with the feeling it was money well spent. She's a big city stripper. Now the cowboys love to tip her, spending their lives in a velvet seat. $5 a beer, good gosh, never ever wanted to hear. She's my big city stripper, and I think she's in love with me. Now her life's a sordid wreck. Oh, she seldom gets any respect. Yeah, but she's only doing what she loves the most. And my loving her is a task, 'cause she's always showing off her class. And she's what all men want from coast to coast. Now I've spent the last 10 years just trying to face my fears, worried about what all my friends might say. Yeah, but it's kind of fun to dream. Oh, hey, I just kick back and drink. I watch her dance and see my troubles stripped away. And she's a big city stripper, and all the cowboys love to tip her, spending their lives in a velvet seat. $5 a beer, good God, never ever wanted to hear. She's my big city stripper, and I think she's in love with me. Right now in some rundown Mickey Mouse town. On weekends she's a big city striptease.
If you've had an accident or just a fender bender, the last thing you need to do is tangle with the big city. When Classic Auto Group Collision Center can take care of all your repairs, island style. Our certified technicians can repair any make or model, and we back up every repair with a lifetime warranty. Classic Auto Group Collision Center, now open at 6601 Harborside Drive. ClassicGalveston.com.
Classic Galveston, enjoy the difference, island style.
All right. Here we are. We're in the last segment of the show, folks. We made it through, even though I was all by myself on my first Valentine's Day special. Wow. I should have planned better. It's on me. It ain't on anybody else. This is all my fault right here. I waited. Well, I mean, I asked a couple people and they turned me down, but then I waited till today to say, hey, they turned me down. So now I need to ask like 20 more people. And unfortunately, everybody else has plans. They have lives outside of me. The narcissist in me doesn't like that. But, no, I'm kidding. Well, I am a narcissist. I'm sure I wouldn't do what I do for a living, but I think I keep it kind of under wraps. And if I don't, my wife will knock me right back down to earth if I need to be knocked back down to earth. And if she don't do it, my mama will. And that's what's good about having a good old Southern family. They just keep you on the ground, which is where we're supposed to be anyway. So let me give you guys a reminder where I'm going to be this week. I'm going to be at Pacific Yard House on Wednesday night with Heather Raylene, and we're going to bust out some songs. We're going to play some original music, and we'll play some good old love song. Woo, man, that whiskey's kicking into my burp in there. Sorry about that, but I don't have one of them fancy cough buttons yet. I'm going to get me one though. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to be playing songs to make you guys have a good time, and whether you bring a date or whether you don't, you'll still have there'll be a little bit of something for everybody. And they got a full menu there, so you don't have to worry about getting there, and they just have bar food. And then your wife gets mad at you because you took her to a bar and they didn't have any real food. They got good food there, so that's good. Full bar, craft beer, all that good stuff. 7 to 10, so it's still early. You still get home, pay the babysitter, or 10 o'clock. They still start. 50 Shades of Grey don't start till like 10:05. You got time, man. You just get over there and everybody gets what they want. You get music and she gets 50 Shades and and everybody has a good old time, right? So tomorrow night, Valentine's Day night, or if you're listening to the podcast today, Valentine's Day, come out there to Pacific Yard House. It's right there in downtown Conroe, the old Sparkle Ice House, and right by the railroad tracks. And every time the train goes by, it's Dollar Jello shots. So bonus. That's great. So, but you don't have to bring any Jello shots to the band. You can if you want to, but, if you want us to finish the set, then you might not want to do that. Thursday, I'm in Tomball hosting the open mic at the Empty Glass. And I hope it's going to be nice and warm. I'll be out on the patio. The patio is the place to be. I really love playing shows outdoors. I just love outdoor shows. And if you want to make it even better, put me near a lake or a body of water anywhere, and I am in heaven. I almost will play for free. If you meet those two requirements. You put me outside and you put me near water. Yeah, you can get me pretty cheap. So that's good. I'm a whore for that. But, so come out. That one's at 7, starts at 7 and goes till 10 o'clock too. If you're a musician, I invite you all to come out, play your songs, work out new material if you want to. That's what open mics are for, at least the ones that I've been to. People come up and try new stuff. And if I want to play a new cover that I haven't ever played before and people have been requesting it a lot, usually I'll do it at the open mic first. That way if I mess up, I just look at them like, hey, it's open mic. And then they're like, oh yeah, so it's a nice little escape route if you're trying to work out new stuff. Works out pretty good. But then we got some private parties coming up and, doing a wedding on Sunday, which is going to be fun. I'm not really your typical wedding band. So the weddings that we do play are few and far between, but we always have a good time when we do it, and we like private parties. And if you guys want to have house parties, private acoustic shows, listening parties, we definitely like doing those. So shoot me an email at Josh, booking, or Josh at Josh Fuller Band. Either one. Doesn't matter. As long as at Josh Fuller Band's at the end of it, I'll get it usually. And, you can go to my website, find all that information. If you haven't heard my music before, but you somehow stumbled upon this show and you're like, hey, that dude talks all right, and I'm going to listen to his music, then, go ahead and go over to my website, joshfullerband.com, and all my music is there. It's, I'd like for you to buy it, but it's all there if you want to listen to it. So there's that. But, you can't listen to it if it ain't out there, right? So, yeah, you can check it out there. And YouTube channels, I got a couple, music videos, some really good, well-produced music videos. One of them's got, we'll just say you owe it to yourself. Go over to my website, go to my music videos and watch my music videos. You'll like them. They're very well done, very well, high quality videos there. So, and I'd appreciate it if you guys viewed it. Let me know what you think. And as always, please go support live music somehow, some way this week or this weekend. It doesn't matter. But most of these musicians out there are on shoestring budgets. They don't, I mean, most of the money they make at a gig just gets them to the next gig. So they need the help. And if it's somebody that you really like, find ways to support them. You know, I know like my friend Bree Bagwell is selling tumblers that have her logo on them, and it's a minimum donation. And, but the donation goes to helping her with her next album. So, there's creative people out there like that. And then you got the people like me that just go, man, I sure wish money'd fall in my lap. But, Bree's a hustler. So she figures out ways to earn your money, and earn your support. And I just hope people will just throw their money at me. But, that's not entirely true. But yeah, so that's a good way, man. I mean, a lot of these artists, they have ways for you to go and support them without having to go to a show. Cause going to shows it's complicated for some people. You got families, you got to get a babysitter, and you got work the next day, and you got all this other stuff. But there's other ways you can support them. So, I just ask that you guys do that. Music is such an intimate thing that can be created out of nothing and given to you. And stays with you forever. Like once a song is in your head, once something has touched you like that, speaking of Valentine's Day, but once songs have touched you like that, they're in your head forever. That's yours now to keep, you know? So, it's just a cool art form. And the more you support it, the more it'll stick around. The more you support your favorite artist, the more they'll be able to create more music. When your favorite artists all of a sudden disappear and you wonder what happened to them, chances are they just ran out of money. So, you know, do the best you can to support them. I know it's hard. It's hard to separate from our wallets and our cash, but the artists that you do support, they sure do appreciate it. I promise you they do. And most of the ones I know always put it to good use. It's not wasted. And the gesture that you guys, give them by supporting them is definitely not lost on them. They all support it. 100%. So, or not support it, they're grateful for it, for your support. So do that, support live music, support your favorite artist, keep it going, and hopefully they'll be making music for a really, really, really long time, and we all can enjoy it. So with that being said, I'm gonna bid everybody adieu here in just a second, but I gotta find a good walking away song here. But I want to say thanks to KTXF The Real for giving me a place to talk and have a good time. And woo, I get lost in thought sometimes. But anyway, thanks KTXF. Make sure you guys favorite this station on the TuneIn app because they have a lot of content coming, in the future, and they already have quite a lot of content already. So if you favorite it and tune in, chances are you're going to tune in and you're going to find something you like, especially with the Talking Stros and baseball season starting. And for all you soccer fans out there, you got the Peel with Houston Dynamo. So I mean, there's more coming. There's going to be a lot more coming. So there's going to be a little bit of something for everybody. So favorite the KTXF The Real on your TuneIn app. Find them on Facebook and like their page. Like the Josh Fuller page. Stay in touch. Stay in tune. And we will see y'all next week.
Our love is unconditional. We knew it from the start. I see it in your eyes. You can feel it from my heart. From here on after, let's stay the way we are right now. And share all the love and laughter that a lifetime will allow. I cross my heart and promise to give all I've got to give to make all your dreams come true. In all the world, you'll never find a love that's true. me. And as long as there's a breath in me, I'll make yours just as sweet. As we look into the future, it's as far as we can see. So let's make each tomorrow be the best that it can be. I cross my heart and promise to give all I've got to give to make all your dreams come true. In all the world, you'll never find a love as true as mine. And if along the way we find a day it starts to storm, you've got the promise of my love to keep you in all the world. You'll never find a love that's true as mine. A love that's true as mine.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Hiya.